Hi there, Lee Farnell here, and let's talk about leading your best life, particularly leading your best life in business if you run your own business and if you have a team. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I want to share with you some experiences that I've had this week in coaching and conversations I've had with business people, a number of business people. In fact, I did a fantastic interview with a fellow by the name of Tim Wise, who started a business called, or in fact grew a business called The Tap Doctor, a fantastic franchise that grew to be quite a big business, but eventually he had to sell out of it. And another example of a mate of mine who is kind of talking about how his business is not growing and it's not doing too well. And another example where another consulting business, a guy that I've been coaching, we're talking about the same thing, about the founder, how involved they are or not involved in the business and the impact it has on the team. So let's just talk about the Tim Wise situation. Tim was in there, he was a bit like Ray Kroc, where Ray Kroc found the McDonald's brothers with this fantastic hamburger restaurant that was doing so well, and he said, mate, we can really expand this. We can take this model and we can scale it and share it and grow and all do very well out of it. And that's what he did with the McDonald's brothers. You may have seen the movie on how McDonald's grew there with Ray Kroc. And Tim did a similar thing. There was a guy with a couple of trucks around Perth with taps on the roof of the truck, the Tap Doctor, and he worked with that guy to grow that franchise to be an incredibly, well, it wasn't a franchise when he first met the fellow running the Tap Doctor. It was just a guy with a truck with a few taps on and doing reasonably well. But over time, Tim tells the story, and you can access this in the podcast, of where eventually he wanted to step back and do less and go, in fact, I think become a stockbroker. But because he wasn't involved on a day-to-day basis, eventually people said, well, what are you doing? What are you doing for your share of the profits? Now, he wanted to operate as an entrepreneur, as an investor, and step back. But as he said, the business was still too small to be able to set up a structure where he didn't contribute on a day-to-day basis in terms of generating revenue or making decisions or even motivating staff or managing staff. And people said, well, what's he doing for his money? And that then affected their contribution and their energy. I use the same example with my consulting client, where he wanted to step back and have his team of about 10 people run the business. But again, as he said, it was too small. And his energy, his drive, his passion, his influence, when he wasn't there on a day-to-day basis, over time people started to feel resentful towards that. So how do you deal with it? How do you deal? What stage do you need to be at? Well, I think let's take a step back. The first thing is, if you want the best business, you need to understand, as the leader of the business, you are the driving force. You are the pulse. You are the energy. And without your energy there, it starts to drift off. Now, even now, today, if you look at guys like Richard Branson or Elon Musk, they are there in one form or another, particularly in Elon Musk's case, sleeping on the factory floor, even now as a multi-billionaire, because his energy and his drive is central to that business doing well. The same being Steve Jobs at Apple, in the meetings, challenging the paradigms, setting new deadlines, challenging them in terms of the design or the customer experience, all of those things. Warren Buffett is there in the office every day, reading, researching, having input into the decision making, and more to the point, the energy of the organization. Chip Wilson of Lululemon, same thing, there every day, driving, passionate about the passion. And there's even, I think, who was it said it? Elon Musk said, and Steve Jobs the same, if you don't love what you're doing, you're going to give up. Because as an entrepreneur, there's going to be bad days, and you need to be able to, as I think Elon Musk said, you've got to be willing to chew the glass because you need to be passionate, and it's your energy driving it forward. If you think you can step back and the place run itself, when it's particularly a small team, you don't realize how big and how important your energy is to the shaping of the culture and the shaping of the organization. So don't think you can step back, because as my mate is going, my business is not going so well. He's getting to work at, say, 10 or 11. He's going swimming at lunchtime, coming back after 2:30. What is that saying to the people? Where's the drive? It's his business and he's not there. And so the business, of course. It's going down in value. It's making him an income, but his heart and soul are not in it. He's not passionate about it. It's just a business he bought. So you need to take a look at you leading by example, managing your energy. And that then means, from my point of view, getting up early, doing your exercise, getting your serotonin and dopamine happening in the morning, setting your goals for the day, letting the team know what the goals are. Talking on a Monday morning, hey, what are our goals for the week? Friday afternoon, how did we go? Celebrating. James Sutherland at Office IT is just fantastic at that. There he is as a founder, majority shareholder, there every day, out there selling, motivating, patting people on the back, making them feel good, managing the energy of the team. Even though there's a CEO, he as a founder, his founding energy is still central to 130 people doing a great job. Yes, he can go away for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or even 6 weeks, about to go to the Camino and walk the Camino in Europe, and the business will sail along beautifully, but his energy, never underestimate your energy as the founder. So if you're going to lead your best life and have your best business, you as a leader, be there first, lead by example, use your energy to keep activating and catalyzing others' energy and make them feel good. You are the epitome of the values. Live out those values you have in the company. And that's another podcast I'll share with you at some other point. We're doing some research on company values and culture just yesterday. So if you're going to have your best business, then you be the best leader. Be in there, energy and all. As we say, you don't manage people, you manage energy. You don't lead people, you lead energy. Activation and focus of energy. Thanks for listening. I'm Lee Farnell, and you do lead your best life. See you next time.